Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'd like to welcome y'all to the world of battle rap. I'm your host, Chris. So let's get started. So just last week, they had a Battles of the Bunker presented by King of the Dot. And overall, it was a very good event. A lot of MCs came through, they spit their stuff. But I feel like some came harder than others, but we're going to get to that when we do this recap. So the first matchup was Megadeth versus Incredible. And in this match, I gave Incredible 2-1 advantage. I felt like, Incredible had a little bit better bars and punchlines than Megadeth did. It definitely had better delivery also. And not to take anything from Megadeth, even though he's not my favorite rapper, but, he had a lot of aggressiveness, but, just didn't have enough bars to go with it. So he's like all this screaming and all this aggression for really nothing for me, and that's why I gave the match to Incredible 2-1. Next matchup we had was Mad Flex versus E Pharaoh. And this one I gave Mad Flex the win. I gave him the 2-1 advantage. I felt like Mad Flex had, better bars and better punchlines and better delivery than E Pharaoh. But E Pharaoh, he did his thing. He was very funny. He had a little bit of delivery. He had a little bit of stage presence. But throughout the battle, you could tell they had a lot of respect for each other because in the E Pharaoh's third round, he was saying that basically Mad Flex deserves to be in world domination. So in this one, I gave Mad Flex the win 2-1. Now, the Dead Man versus Big Cannon. In my last blog, I kind of had Big Cannon. I predicted that he would win. But unfortunately, he just didn't come through. It was basically a lot of freestyles, and the rounds were much shorter. So, you really can't be doing that when you have a battle. But the Dead Man, however, he was very consistent. He had the better bars and he had the better punchlines. Although the delivery was still not there, I felt like I gave Dead Man, this victory 2-1. Just because, he came more prepared and very more consistent. Next battle we have was Bill Collector versus JayPro. And for this battle, I definitely gave JayPro the win clearly. I felt like he came more prepared. He did have bars. He did have punchlines. He really came with it. And as opposed to Bill Collector, who felt like he was just there for a fucking check. You know what I'm saying? We don't need battle rappers like that, especially if you're not going to give your all, not going to give your fucking performance or whatever. He had a little bit of charisma here and there, but for the most part, it was just not there. And even during the battle, he let out this big-ass burp. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, fuck this shit. This dude didn't even care. He didn't even care about the fucking battle, to be honest with you. So I gave JayPro this one, 3-0, clearly. So next matchup we had is Bona Godiva versus Peanut. And this one was definitely, I think this was the match of the night because they both had delivery. They both had punchlines. They both had a little bit of aggression here and there. They were both like sort of evenly matched because she was very good. She came with like her best bars. But I feel like Peanut overtook her 2-1 in this battle. And just because, as hard as she was hitting, he hit just a little bit harder. He kind of edged her out. But it was a very good, entertaining battle. I think this was the performance of the night. Peanut won performance of the night, so he got the $1,000. And I can't put it against him. I know exactly why, because he had bars. I was like, went out of this world. When y'all watch it on YouTube when Kicking It Out puts it out, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. But I definitely gave the battle to Peanut 2-1. So shout outs to both of them. They definitely came with it in this battle. It was very entertaining, like I said. So for this next battle, we have Reverse Live versus Jaydose. I gave Jaydose the battle 2-1. I felt like they both had the punchlines, they both had the bars, they both had the delivery, but as the battle went on, it felt like one battler picked it up in the second and third round, and the other battle just had a little decline. And that's how I felt with Jaydose and Reverse Live. I felt like in the first round, Jaydose definitely had a little slow start, and at that time, Reverse Live picked up on it, and just, killed him in the first round. But as the second and third round went on, I felt like Jaydose definitely picked it up. The aggression and the bars and the punchlines, the delivery just basically increased. Meanwhile, Reverse Lives kind of declined. So for that reason, I definitely gave the battle to Jaydose 2-1. And shout out to the both of them. They both came with it, so it's all good. So last but not least, we had Disaster versus a mystery opponent. And it turns out this mystery opponent ended up being DNA. So it was like a rematch from the last time they battled each other, like way early in the 2000s. But you really can't judge this one because it was a one-round battle. So DNA spit at least 5 minutes worth of bars, and then after he was done, Disaster spit his 5 minutes worth of bars. So you really can't judge it. So it's like one could come over the other, but it's like given the circumstances of Disaster not knowing who his opponent was, it was only right that they had it as a one round. But all in all, they both came with it, so it was all good. Now it seems that was it. As far as like the recap for this battle, I hope you guys enjoy watching it. But like I said, for the Battles of the Bunker, they're gonna be having battles like this every single month, and this month is gonna be fucking fire. So we definitely gotta get into that one later on in the month. So until then, I'm Chris. Thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe and follow me on Twitter at Chris365. Holla at y'all. Thank you. Peace.